Media finale, Putin's trap. The climax of the program is the thesis. A summit is possible only for the sake of Ukraine's capitulation. This is reinforced by visual and symbolic images. For example, the cover with the Putin trap. Thus, the viewer is convinced that Moscow holds the initiative and the West is driven into a corner. How the Kremlin sees the future of negotiations. 1. Peace is possible only with Kyiv's capitulation. 2. The United States is a rational partner with whom it is possible to negotiate. Europe is a chaotic and weak ally. 3. NATO is not ready to defend Ukraine, and any guarantees are fiction. US Special Representative Keith Kellock said that without clear guarantees, Zelensky will not be able to convince Ukrainian society to accept the peace terms. The Washington Post, citing sources, reports that a meeting between Putin and Zelensky is possible, but only to sign the capitulation. Moreover, the guarantees themselves still look illusory. The US will not send its soldiers, as will Poland, Italy and Greece. Macron is trying to convince his allies that the Ukrainian armed forces are winning and that Russia has only been able to occupy 1% of the territory in more than 1,000 days of war. Which, well, of course, is not true. One only has to glance, at least briefly, at the maps. The Starmer government says that Ukraine is now closer to peace than ever since the beginning of the war, but the British Prime Minister himself is waiting for a ceasefire to be established in order to try to deploy UK contingents in Ukraine. Italian Prime Minister Giorgia Meloni is proposing a kind of NATO life status for Ukraine, which does not imply immediate military assistance and does not imply the use of Article 5. This is a fundamental point. Against this background, US Vice President J.D. Vance revealed the details of Trump's night call to Putin. He called the Russian president reasonable, cautious, a politician who cares exclusively about the interests of his country. Watch our report. Our president wants the killings to stop. This brutal war takes thousands of human lives every week, and he wants to end it as quickly as possible. The White Don says that further public discussion of stopping the war is not in America's interests, and the conversation should be held behind the scenes without unnecessary propaganda noise. US Vice President J.D. Vance told how Trump decided to call Putin at night. We were in the East Wing of the White House.